What's up, guys? We're gonna look at a round from the Mirage game from Vitality versus Avangar last night, and I think it really showcases Alex's, or mainly Alex's, but also Vitality's knowledge of the map. And just to give some quick background to the round, we just saw Apex 1 versus 1, and they won that against a gun round, and they just had money to buy that gun round because they said 3 guns prior. And the biggest likelihood now, if you're Vitality, is that you expect either a save or a quasi or like a full buy with minimal utility. And Avangar is not going to do any of those, and they're actually going to go for the stream round with Sanji dropping an op and him sacrificing his economy while the rest can still buy the next round. Anyway, so what Vitality is going to do is that they're going to have RPK and MBK throw like the pillar smokes, and then the mid guys are going to walk out right, and they're sort of just going to split on a good timing together with 5 rifles. So they throw these smokes, and MBK is actually going to fail hits a little bit. I'll show that later. And they also get bomb here. I don't think it's too important, because usually you want bomb with the numbers, but if anybody dies in a hard position mid, it's obviously way harder to retrieve than apps, and apps is always going to be close to the side. So I guess that's just a nice little detail. And since they're pretty much safe the whole way to side, so that's important as well. Anyway, they're gonna throw that, and it looks like RPK is he wants to hang around here, laying around mid after he tries to go in to flash these guys out. But Alex is gonna call him back, both probably because they're gonna go out dry, but also because he wants somebody to stay close to MBK for the actual split. So MBK just comes and throws both his flashes to help the authenticity of their util, the 2 smokes down, and they're sort of just gonna use this timing to walk out mid. And they're just gonna walk up until a certain point, and you can tell this is where they want to go unnoticed. They don't want to go further unnoticed. They don't want to actually cross into sight unnoticed. They just want to get as close as possible. So right now they're gonna use utility to ensure their path as well as their safety. So Alex is gonna drop a cross smoke, Sayo's gonna smoke window, Apex support flashes short, and Saibo flashes in con. So I gotta pause here once again because I want to talk about the entry pathways while we're still on the demo. So the interesting thing for me is the way they actually storm. You can definitely tell they have 3 units, or I don't know, units I guess you could say, but I would call them units. You have 3 different parts, so 3 units. Alex is sent in as the first pure entry. He's gonna get the initial info, and he's gonna be the most worthwhile trade. And then you have both the short guys as well as the apps guys, mostly acting as traders or just helping out, the apps guys are gonna be mauling bulk and so on and so forth. But what I'm actually guessing is that Alex mainly wants to be responsible for this pillar corner before the smokes actually fades, and then he wants to call in the rest of his squad. I'm just want to quickly show we can tell this pretty clearly, because you see these guys just leave whorehouse and they leave Apex to clear it, like that. But yeah, so he probably wants to just be responsible for here. Obviously that isn't really the way it goes down, but he gets traded nonetheless. These guys kill the guy kitchen. MBK is gonna get jiggled USB here. He's eventually gonna get traded, gets legged, and then swings out. Now here, pretty lucky that Kicker misses that, but that's pretty much the round with that kill. You know, they've already won 3 against 1 draw rifles. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna hop on the server now and explain why this works, or why it works so well. But one thing that's important to remember is that they would never run this against a full gun round. Say double O's with full utility. And that's both the fact that an enemy with more utility would play better against this, but also that rifles are much harder to trade. But most importantly, it's the way that they actually use util, not anything about your opposition. A simple 2 smoke, 2 flash take, and then taking mid dry like that, just using the couple cross smokes and really just the 1 flash to enter sight, that wouldn't really work against a real sight hold. But with different protocols or different utility, you could definitely run this or execute this in a similar fashion. Alright, hopping on the server now, and I just want to give it like a quick background again, but there's like a reason we have something we call a vitality round on Mirage. For you guys who don't know, that's basically that you throw these Edward and Pillar smokes, or get right, get left, what the fuck you wanna call them. You throw these two smokes, and then you do X off that. Like you send a suicide out B, you go and fake A, you go and exec A, you re-exec B with the same smokes onto a side where the nades are now gone, yada yada yada. That's pretty much what you do. And this is like a concept that Alex loves. I haven't really taken notice if this is something he's done specifically this major though. But from watching my fair share of demos, I can definitely say that this is something he loves and definitely like a concept he masters. And that's just because he understands the initial as well as the following reaction of the CT side, and how they will set up accordingly, or how they will most likely set up accordingly. Like, if you see these smokes, you just have two options. Like, there's no more than that. You either A, play to keep the site, or B, play retake and keep your util. And there's no fucking way, like, there's no middle ground. You don't both play the site and save your util. Like, you dump your shit to not play retake, or you save your shit and play retake and give the site. That's it. And also, when you play retake, you obviously play with next to no info. So you also give the info along with saving your util. But just going into the exec, it's very simple, and it's that he and they understand what the showing of this utility means. And that means that when you throw shit like this, especially on a low buy, that means that nobody should be contesting window, nobody should be short or close forehouse taking the info towards here from the B part of the map, because obviously they want to help towards site and want to win the round. And if anybody, like, nobody should be here con, close, or like picking for info, but they could be. But they just delete that with a cross smoke, and also if there's like a window guy for any fucking reason, they delete him with a window smoke from Saibu. And should also is like the operative word in these sentences. Like, setting your team up like this and calling this is all about probabilities and like bettering your chances. You are banking off that the CTs should react in the way you force them to. And then, like I said, all you're essentially doing is like betting your chances and creating a really, really good like two-way aim fight. That's what it is essentially. It's also really important to note that they pretty much do this towards like a full eco, but Avangar actually is treating this like a full gun round. Like, they have the op being like a linchpin here in window, playing rotator, and then just 2 on B and 2 on A. So it's pretty much, the reaction is pretty much the same, minus like obviously the util and the guns, but otherwise the reaction is pretty much the same. But yeah, it's probably true that you would have like a much harder time winning this against M-Force with full utility. But other than that, I just want to look at like the entry spacing, because like I said, that's really interesting for me, because we're like clearly showing that the short guys, and mainly Alex, are like the main points of contention here. They are safe from sight behind these smokes, and they successfully, like very easily, can break up any crossfire between short and sight. Like Alex alone, he's solely responsible for this, and then you just have two guys with him that can kill anybody like focusing sight, and then that's pretty much it. But I think like a small mistake, and you can notice if you go through and watch all the Vitality players' POVs, is because normally when you exec onto B, you have the crossfire sight and short, or we have, if you like look at big areas, we have sight and short. So I think most of Vitality are like really quick into like focusing kitchen right away, but we see that it actually pays off. Like Buster has like a halfly, or whatever the word is, like good read. He gets a kill here, then he gets instantly traded. MBK drops, he gets US speed from Forest, instantly traded, and then Kicker like, and then RPK goes like aggro here. And as I said, this is the kill that decides your round. So it's not like it didn't happen in a perfect way or anything, but the way they set themselves up, especially against like a lower buy, is really, really good. And you know, obviously give them round and then. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just important that like after they break up this crossfire, it's just trades. Now they didn't throw like a lot of instant utility. I think something like Dramal here or something, but like obviously they have fucking shitload of mollies they can just like dump anywhere if needed. And that's pretty much it. Just to end the video, obviously Vitality lost Mirage and eventually the series to Avangar, but They actually faulted on their CT side on Mirage. They got 7 rounds on their T side. And also, I may or may not have picked Avangar to win the major. So props and respect to them, as well as Vitality, who certainly did put up a fight, and as always, impressed on Mirage. Thanks for watching.